Hi, this is Todd Malcoat, the SEO faculty from Market Motive and online marketing consultant at stuntdouble.com, and I'm here to talk about conducting keyword research. We'll look at determining user intent and the different types of searches that users conduct. We'll talk about keyword cannibalization. We'll look at refining your list of keywords and do a basic introduction on difficulty scoring and opposition scoring to further refine our keyword research list. So we can definitely see why understanding the business model is at the heart of the keyword priority planning process. We're looking at our keyword value and keyword benefit. Next, we're going to look at the user intent and how that applies to our business model, to the things that we're trying to sell. And we're going to be saving all of this information in a spreadsheet. This is where we're going to record the intent of the keywords, the volume of the keywords, the reasoning, the notes on why we may or may not be using a certain keyword, but what we're ultimately looking for is low opposition and high benefit. And as you get further and further through the spreadsheet, it'll start to make a lot of sense which phrases are informational, what people are searching for, and what the intention of those searches are. We can evaluate user intent by looking at 4 different types of searchers: navigational, informational, commercial, and transactional. And each of these have different values at different times. A study from 1.5 million search queries revealed that 10% were navigational, meaning they were typing in www.hotmail.com into Yahoo, and that was a navigational search. These are of low value when they're trying to find a site. An informational search is someone looking for specific information and is of medium value. They might not be into the purchase phase or buy cycle yet, but they are of medium value because they're entering into that funnel to purchase further down the road. And commercial and transactional phrases are the type that we're ultimately trying to target and are of the highest value. So as you're looking at that user value, you know that transactional phrases are the most beneficial. If we look at something like navigational, these are of lower value. It would be someone searching for statefarm.com on Google. With the exception of branded searches, these are pretty low value. You want to maintain your branded searches, and that's another question entirely. But navigational searches are generally of lower value, especially if they're for competitors. You're probably not going to rank very highly for your competitors' navigational terms anymore. The user intent on an informational phrase, however, being what is life insurance, car insurance, home insurance, health insurance. These are all examples of informational phrases. It's early in that purchase process funnel. It's of medium value, but you want to catch your users then because there's higher volume of informational phrases. These are the type of phrases that you build out frequently asked questions or FAQs or knowledge banks or just blog posts about these different informational topic areas. And we'll catch those customers, those visitors, those prospects at the earlier phase of the funnel. Or commercial queries, we see people searching for something like insurance quotes. These are higher value and higher converting type of visitors. This is where we're turning some of those searchers into buyers. And then finally, at the transactional phase, they're really looking to make a purchase. That's a transactional phrase and has the highest conversion rates and the highest value to us as a search marketer. Another type of user intent is local intent. It's been said that over 30% of the 100 billion searches a month on Google have local search intent. This is people searching from their phone for something in the local area. It's highly targeted. A lot of times they're looking for a nearby provider. So this type of intent is important to note as well if you're a local business versus a national business. There's many other types of user intent. Google has over 85 search features. This is different types of queries that trigger different types of search results. So if I search for insurance images or currency images, I'm going to get an image search that's heavily weighted with image search result. Or if I'm searching for something about insurance news, I'm going to get news results or video or recipes, etc., etc. So you'll get different types of customized search results that are triggered by Google based on these different types of user intent. Only 15% of queries don't contain any of these 85 search features anymore, which means there's no longer just the standard 10 blue links. Dr. Pete Myers at moz.com has an excellent presentation on the subject that you can check out at the link below, but that just covers different types of user intent. So beyond just these basic 3 or 4 types of user intent, there's many other types of user intent that we can consider as we're going through this keyword research process. As we start to better understand our user intent and the different types of queries that people are coming into our website with, what they're searching for, that customer funnel from when they enter our site to when they purchase or convert, we start to see a trend in high cost per click traffic being the best indicator of higher conversion rates or high profit transaction customers. These are the phrases that are beneficial to our business and our competitors, and therefore are high cost per click. They're going to cost us more money. Some examples of this are currency exchange versus currency trading. With currency exchange, it's travelers that are looking to exchange some money. The value of that traffic, the value of these users is not nearly as high as a hedge fund investor looking to invest some money in currency trading. So currency trading is a $30 click, currency exchange is a $2 click. Buy timeshares versus sell timeshares. Obviously different intent here, someone looking to purchase versus someone looking to sell. And those seller leads are actually the ones that the people in that business want. Car insurance coverage versus car insurance quotes. This is someone that's thinking about more information versus someone who's thinking about buying. And you can see the differences in cost per click because the first doesn't convert as highly as the second. So we start to understand this a little bit better, that cost per click is a good indicator of high profit or high value customers. So as you can see, the process of keyword discovery is quite easy. The process of developing and evaluating and truly understanding your keywords is a little bit more complex. With this planning process, we develop that spreadsheet based on our business model, based on the value, based on the user intent, and ultimately we'll rule out some of the keywords based on how competitive they are. And all of this is going to help us develop our SEO strategy, which we have to be consistent with the rest of our strategy. Our keyword research is going to impact a lot of different areas of our search strategy. Most importantly, our information architecture, the way that we organize our site, our internal anchor text, the way we write our titles and meta descriptions, our calls to action from one page to another, the content that we develop for each of our individual web pages, the link building that we do to those pages and the words that we use to link build, and the social media platforms and sites that we choose based on our content and based on our goals, all centering around that keyword research. The keyword research is the foundation of our information architecture, and we put those together by understanding that user path, that user intent, and the value of these keywords. It's going to help us to develop our landing pages. You can see how State Farm did a very good job with their landing pages and their organization based on these different phrases that had the most value. And they understand the value of those phrases, and they organized the content in their landing pages and the messaging on those landing pages accordingly. I've always said that the SEO playbook consists mostly of content and links. It's the blocking and tackling of SEO. And just as important, the organization of that content and those links. And that all centers around that keyword research. We need to organize our information architecture based on the understanding of those keywords by categorizing them, by matching those keywords to each individual page. Just a few keywords per page and making it specific, making the content specific, and forming a content strategy of page, sub-page hierarchy. If you're redeveloping your information architecture and going back and redesigning a website, make sure that you're not ruling out pages that already rank well. Make sure you check those rankings so that you're not breaking a site that already ranks well just to reorganize it. You're going to need to do this with your titles and your URLs at minimum. You can see here we did it with a spreadsheet for Brainwaves Toys. We identified the breadcrumb path, we identified the page keywords, the title, the meta description, and organized this all based on our keyword strategy. Again, you can see how State Farm has done this and how they've changed from long URLs that didn't mean anything to very specific landing pages that we understand and we know what's on those pages before even seeing the title or meta description. This is increasingly important because the more pages that you have competing for the same keyword, you're going to start getting what we call keyword cannibalization. And that's too many pages trying to rank that contain the same keywords. It's throwing all these pages into the search results and letting the search engines try to figure out. And it's a bad idea. We call it keyword cannibalization because it's basically your pages eating themselves to survive. 10 different pages all competing for car insurance is going to hurt all of them. You want one page, maybe up to 3 pages competing for car insurance. You want your landing page strategy synced with your keyword research, and you don't want multiple pages competing for those same phrases. Now, of course, if your market defining keywords embody your site, you're going to have those phrases on multiple pages, but you want to limit that where possible. You want to rule out bad landing pages. You don't want your searchers coming in on a page of your site that you didn't intend them to come in on. And that can happen with keyword cannibalization if you're not actively targeting individual phrases to individual pages. So have page-specific unique topics and organize your site effectively. So we've covered a lot of information around keyword strategy and keyword research. We're going to do a sample strategy in the next video and look at a local insurance company, their seed word being insurance, some of the 2-word phrases, and then some of the 3-word and longer tail phrases that we talked about. We'll consider the user intent of these phrases and see if there's any local intent so that we can modify our search phrase with a geo modifier, which is a city name or multiple city names appended to our keyword search. So we have something like Miami Health Insurance quotes. And this is the sample strategy that we're going to look at in the next video. The keyword research as a whole, what you do want to create a nice large seed list, have a strategy for your keyword research, expand it with synonyms, test this strategy with paid search if possible. Consider the overall value and the user intent, as well as obviously the business model, how these keywords are important to you. In the next section, we're going to look at keyword difficulty and how the competition or opposition plays a part in your keyword strategy and overall SEO strategy, which needs to be consistent. Your keyword research should absolutely be married to your information architecture and the rest of your SEO strategy. With keyword research, you don't want to be overly concerned with volume information. You don't want to overestimate your search volume for traffic projections if you're presenting this to someone. You don't want to try to rank just for vanity terms, and you certainly don't want to cannibalize your keywords or just write for search engines and create multiple pages with the same content. You want to make sure you're organized and have your keyword research done well. So we looked at why keyword research is important, the overall value of keywords, your strategy, short tail and long tail, creating a seed list and understanding user intent, avoiding keyword cannibalization, and refining your keyword list. In the next video, we're going to look at opposition and difficulty scores, and thank you for joining me for this keyword research video.